So we have created customer invoice and a credit note that we issue to this customer. I would like to take this opportunity to show what are posted docs. So whenever we issue an invoice or post a vendor invoice, we basically have debits and credits posted to our general ledger. So in posted docs right now, we have 5 documents. And you can see this is accounts payable 1, accounts payable 2, and 3. These are the vendor invoices, and AR stands for accounts receivables. These are the customer invoices or credit note in this case. So let's start with accounts payable. Here you can see that there's a number of debits and credits which have gone to various accounts, and you can see what it relates to. For example, this is Dell laptop debit and credit, and these are the tax accounts, and then repeat for the cables. Of course, I can download what has been debited credited in a CSV, which I can open in Excel. This is also a good time to look at the trial balance. So trial balance is always as at a time. So let's look at the snapshot now. We're going to generate it as at now, and it gives me a list of my assets, equity, liability, which is the balance sheet, and then revenue and expense. You can see that balance sheet and revenue expense net to 0, and the same is displayed here, all debits and all credits net to 0, which means our accounts are behaving as expected. Next, let's move on to vendor payments. So we don't have any vendor payment right now, and since we had made some purchases, we will have to pay our vendor. So we select a bank account. We have one bank account, and it shows all the invoices that were linked to this bank account with what is outstanding in them. Let's say we want to pay all the invoices for Ajay laptops. We can deselect this invoice to vendor, and this will be our net payable. This is a reference that we can add here, and when we click pay, those invoices are now paid, and this is the only invoice now left which we can obviously pay. We can also pay it partially. For example, let's say we pay him 20,000 or 47,000. We have an outstanding here. So you can see the total amount was this, invoice amount was this plus taxes, and then we paid this, and this is outstanding, and we have the option to pay it now. And here we can see now we have 2 invoice vendor payments, and we can go here. It will show us what has been debited and credited. Again, I can export them in CSV. Now let's have a look at customer receipts. It works somewhat similar. Right now we don't have any customer receipts. Let's create one. So we had a sale to Amir Mobiles where we sold some laptops, and let's say we received the whole payment for the invoice adjusted with credit note, and this is the amount that Amir owed us, and we can create a run reference here, and we don't have any outstanding customer invoices, and we have a receipt here. From the receipt we had these debits and credits. Looking at our trial balance now, we can see that there has been some additional entries. As usual, you'll find all debits and credit net to zero.